Hi. Hello. Good morning. Um, welcome to another studio vlog. Me in my Workspace studio. So, I just spent a fucking hour submitting art to a juried show in Fort Worth. That is a call for like Texas art. And then I was like, okay, I'm starting to submit to a lot of different things. I need to like make sure I know where all of this is going. Because that's my goal this year, was just to like make a ton of art and like send it out. And so I'm trying, every time I see a juried show or like a submission to something, I'm just submitting it. And I mean, like sometimes it's like 25 to 30 bucks, and like thankfully I have that money and I can write it off as part of my taxes, as part of my business expenses. So that is very nice. I know that not everybody has that luxury, but if I find free stuff or like really cheap stuff for submissions, I will let you guys know. Yeah, so I made this like Google Doc saying like, okay, I submitted to this one, I'll receive notification if I got accepted to this one. And then if something is hanging somewhere, I'm like, okay, this one's hanging right now. These are the list of art that's hanging there. This is when the show will end, and this is when I can pick it up, because I'm a little like flustered at this point. And I also need to reach out to people to start, like I have just, my office just full of just shit that needs to be delivered to people from the solo show, from the residency solo show. And so I need to today like contact all those people and say, when do you want me to drop off your art? And then I also have these prints of art from the solo show, and a couple people bought them, and I just got some shipping tubes, so I need to pack those today. I'll show you what shipping tubes I got from USPS for free. Okay, I'm kind of rambling. If you did want one of those prints, they're on my website in the link below, whatever. Let's make some art today. Wait, let me show you something I did over the weekend. I didn't film this because I wanted to be totally in the moment. So this weekend I was, or not weekend, when did I do this? Whatever, the other day, I was like itching to go outside because my last painting adventure was outside in the rain, this one, and I ended up doing these color blocks on the outside, and I love it. And I also bought one of those floating frames that goes around the edges, like it just sort of insets into this frame, like a raw wood looking one from Dick Blick. It should be here today, so if it comes in time for me to show you in this vlog, I'll set that up for y'all. But I did this the other day. I like quit work a little early and I went to the Missions Trail here in San Antonio, and I had been wanting to draw this dam for a while, because the cool thing is like this runs off, I think it's a man-made dam. Maybe look that up, I don't remember, but I think that's what it is. And so I've always wanted to draw this dam, because the cool thing is there's this really huge cemetery that is behind it, and you can see it from the dam. And so I really was like, I gotta do that. There was this little like hole right in the middle where you could see some of the graves. This one, it was actually more like over here, but I moved it over here. And there was a bunch of other trees and stuff, but I didn't include those. And these weeds were also a lot taller, but I wanted the full shot of the water. And as soon as I sat down, this started to like glow in the sunshine, because I think it was like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, in the evening, and it was like perfect lighting. It was so nice, especially after having the experience I had with this, where it was just like an overcast day, which is like, it's fine, but it's not like the best, because sometimes I want to work with these like neon colors, and if it's not like glowing outside, it's kind of hard to figure out where those colors go. But yeah, I really tried to put a ton of color in the water. Yeah, pretty happy with how that came out. And I did submit that to a show already, and I submitted the other one, the grave one. And then I submitted this guy. It's upside down, but this Hoping for Spring one that I did in the residency. And then this other huge guy, this Plymouth Cranbrook. It has like thread in the middle. It's 4 feet by 4 feet, and I'm trying to get it out of my house. So I'm trying to submit it to anybody that will take it. Me, still swimming in art. Okay, I'm gonna go contact the people I need to about all this stuff, and then get to work. Like I wrapped these big pieces, I went ahead and wrapped all the ones that got sold. These, packaged some prints, these small ones, and then I'm going to deliver these this weekend, and everybody has been contacted about their art, so that is cool. That was a lot of work. I'm sweaty now. So I went to go pick up Max from the airport, and she's home now, so that's cool. I've been home alone for 4 days now. But yeah, that plein air painting, I got the frames in, and it looks pretty good. I love the way it came out. Sorry for the bad lighting. Yeah. Floating frames, that's where it's at. Especially for those thin little cheap canvases. Hi, new day, same outfit. I have reorganized my office a little. Moved this bad boy out of the office, put it with this other big one. These I'm delivering tomorrow, so I'm leaving them there. I have moved some things around. Let me make sure an address is not showing on this. I just need to put away some like little pieces of art. But I've moved the easel a little further away from where my desk is, and then made that desk more accessible so I could put shit on it. And yeah, I have more room for activities now. Yes. Currently watching Life Plus Endy and working on a piece. I'm pulling up a scheduled email right now to show you something that I have drawn. I just don't want you to see anything I don't want you to see. Okay, so here is a poster for a guy I do a lot of BMX stuff for. I don't know how they're gonna get away with this, but I tried to make Speedy Gonzalez look a little different, and then they sent me an image of Speedy Gonzalez and said, can you make it look more like him? So I did, and I'm gonna leave it in their hands. So if they get a cease and desist, not my problem. It's their property now. Yeah, I'm gonna give it over to them. But I did put this little Speedy on the bike. Yeah, I love doing these BMX stuff. My dad grew up riding BMX, so every time I get to draw like BMX stuff, or I get to draw cars because I grew up in a car family. Gosh, I can't speak. Yeah, love doing those. Anyway, that is something I worked on today. But yeah, back to this guy. I've been working on this guy now that I have all this space over here to like put my things and then put my things, and then I can actually open these drawers again, which is nice. And then I have plenty of room down here for more canvas storage. And then thankfully now everything on the floor is not insane anymore. So that is cool. Yeah, but working on this guy for the solo show in August. This is based on a book called Nathan Coulter by Wendell Berry that I read. Liking how it's coming out. Okay, anyway, check in later. Okay, I realized I talked about scheduling an email, and maybe I should say why I do that, just like as a tip for some of you. Also, I poured a little bit too much pink paint, so I'm gonna be putting that onto this canvas. Ow, maybe not this one. Quite the dilemma here. Let's put it on something else. Okay, I'm just gonna fill this with leftover paint. So anyway, whenever I do work, I like to respond to emails right away. Otherwise, I feel like I kind of forget about them, and I don't want to forget about them, you know? And so what I'll do is, like, if I get an email or like work done a little bit too quickly after I had just responded to somebody, I will schedule it out for like an hour or two later, or sometimes not even like the next day, so that it doesn't look, maybe I've talked about this before, whatever, so that it doesn't look like I'm just like sitting around desperate for work. I mean, that's not the case. I mean, I do like work, but I just don't want people to think like I have nothing to do. I just tend to work so stupid fast on like everything, and that is a little bit of an issue sometimes. Sometimes I work so fast that I overlook a lot of details, but yeah, I tend to like schedule things out so that it looks like I've spent some real good time on things, and didn't just finish it immediately after I had talked to somebody, or, you know, yeah, I'll respond to an email and then say like, schedule for an hour later, you know, so I'm not just like sitting on it doesn't look like I'm just sitting on my email all day. I don't know if that's like stupid, but it's something I've always done, and I feel like it makes me feel a little, I don't know. It's just something I do. I don't know what the point of this clip is. Cool. I will show you progress on my painting. So, let me clean up. I'm trying to keep this space a little bit more pristine than I had been. So this canvas, done. This is like the 5th or 6th layer on this canvas, honestly. That's just how it be sometimes, you know? Yeah, so that one's ready, prepped to go for like a plein air painting. Here is the progress on this guy. I added in this like teal color and these greens. I'm liking this palette so far. Here is the sketch for it. And obviously, sometimes it deviates a little bit because I don't always have the same sort of tones in marker that I do in paint, but I do my best. And sometimes in paint it looks different when you do it similar to the sketch, so I just alter it when I need to, but I'm liking the glow underneath of the orange, underneath the like blue and the greens. It looks very fun. Anyway, so I'm about to go shower. Gotta put these shorts away. Yeah, I gotta shower and I need to get dressed, maybe do a little more work whenever I'm done with that. We are going to two art shows tonight, and we have reservations at this place called, I don't know if it's Julia's or Julia's. I always read it as Julia's, maybe because I'm from San Antonio, I don't know. In my brain it's Julia's, but I'm sure it's Julia's because it's a French place. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm gonna shower and get dressed, hang out until it's time to go. I'm gonna go pick up Max from our friend's house because they are dog sitting. And so that's kind of fun because we both get to get dressed and like, it's like I'm actually picking her up for a date, which is kind of cute. So the art show is at this place called Clamplight. So Albert, hi Albert, his wife is having her solo show tonight, so we're gonna go check that out. And then we're checking out a show that another artist from Clamplight, is curating, and it's like a show about mental health, and it's at a place right across the street called Bright Coffee. And she messaged me and was like, hey, just a reminder, here's the show. And I was like, don't worry, I already got it on my calendar. And then she was like, if you ever want to do a show there, the owners are pretty cool. All you gotta do is ask. And so if I can find out the owners tonight, I might be sliding my way into getting the show. Anyway, I'm gonna shower, and then after my shower, I will show you guys my outfit. Okay. Here's the outfit. I wish I had better shoes, but I do like these for when I'm wearing brown. Here's my belt. Did I miss a loop? Oh my god, I missed a freaking loop. Why does this always happen? How did I miss one in the front? Jeez, Lou. I want to show you guys my, what the hell? My earrings I bought. We went to this like Trans Day of Visibility market whenever that was, in March. And I bought these earrings. Somebody made them out of old magnets. I have no connection to Illinois at all. I mean, I have some friends who live in Chicago, but otherwise, no, I don't really have any connection to Illinois. I just thought they were a lot of fun. Finney's favorite thing from the garden is the okra, and we finally have some growing. And he also loves the sugar snap peas, but his okra is his favorite. He loves to smack on it, make a big mess. Scott doesn't like anything healthy. She wouldn't even eat her pea on the floor. I give her one every time, she never likes it. Ah! What the heck? Hello, friends and foes. Do I have foes? I don't think I have any foes. At least I hope not. Didn't film all of today. Yesterday the art shows were great. We had dinner at that French place, like I said, and then I got a pork puttanesca dish and a old-fashioned, and Max got an Alfredo dish. It sounds like I went to an Italian place. I swear it's French. Actually, what kind of food do they have? I think it's French. Whatever. She got a fettuccine dish with a really good looking salmon. And then we went to this place called Gigi's Emporium, and they were having this little event where they stay open a little bit later than normal, and they give you like complimentary drinks, and they sell a lot of like vintage toys and stuff, which is cool. Then we did the art shows, and then we went out and we had a drink at this place called El Luchador, and we watched people do really bad karaoke. Great night, great date. And then today we went out with Max's family and got shrimp crab boil at this place called Smash and Crab. That was always really good. And then we went to their house to swim. I didn't swim because I got a new tattoo, but yeah, it was a nice day. And Finny, come on. Yeah, that's all I did today. I'm gonna probably paint. Okay, so I don't remember everything I did if I showed you this, but I'm liking the colors a lot. Again, here is the sketch. Yep. Finney's freaking out. He's alright. He's just a freak sometimes. And then I also made progress on this piece. Stoked for that. I don't know if I have the sketch for that actually. Yeah, I do. Right here. This guy. I'm liking drawing this little shadow figure. I need to give him a name. Or them. I need to give them a name. Also really love how the pink has come out on this orange. These like gradients I've got in here where the brush was a little wet. I was like, oh yeah, at the art show, at the coffee shop, I'm gonna go talk to the owners, see if I can get a show. I didn't do that. Could have told you I wasn't gonna do that. I like walked in and it was just like, it was really crowded. And it was a quick little, like, I looked at all the art, did a little dip. I was very full. I needed to leave. It was hot. But, you know, good to know those people are cool about shows. So in the future, when I'm like, let's do a show, that's a potential person I can hit up. So yeah, just, I feel like all the color blocking on this is like done except for the background. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the background. And then typically after I do that is when I go in with paint marker and do all the details, and then I clean up the edges. And since this is the skinny frame, I'm gonna do another one of those like floating frames. I just need to order it. And I have this other canvas too that will have a floating frame. But I poured a little too much of this, what is this color called? I'm using the Turner acrylic gouache. These are some of my favorites. I'm using Jean Brilliant. Brilliant. It says brilliant. It's not brilliant. Brilliant. Hello. Yeah, there it is. I have this whole set that I bought, or my partner bought, and then didn't end up using. So whatever I have not been, whatever pouring too much of on this palette, for that painting, I have just been kind of recycling for this painting. So that's how the colors have been informed for this painting. And I'm actually not mad about it. It's been great so far. So, yeah, gonna use up this like peachy color on this somewhere. Not really sure, but we'll figure it out.
I genuinely cannot tell if I love going to IKEA or...
Okay, kind of hate it. Looks like flesh. But sometimes you don't know until you try. And that paint was just gonna get wasted anyway, so like, it's not a total loss. And it'll have a nice fleshy undertone for whatever color I decide to put on top. So, yeah. Sometimes you win some, you lose some with painting. And that's the great thing about gouache is I feel like it layers super well. Like whatever color I'm gonna put on top of this is probably gonna look pretty good on top of that because it's still like a very nice, bright, glowing sort of color. Yeah. Also drinking a beer out of, oh, I got paint on it. It's on the inside? It's on the outside. Okay. I thought there was paint in my cup. So this mug I designed for an event. You can sort of tell what it is. Yeah, just want to show that off. I designed this for an event and drinking a beer out of it. I'm loving this setup, by the way. This setup has been so much nicer. I feel way less claustrophobic. My room feels nice and bright and much bigger. It is so nice. And I feel like the storage space I've set up for like the canvases over here is much more contained. It doesn't feel like in the way. It doesn't feel like all my paints are just scattered all over the floor anymore. I am loving it. And I'm so happy I bought this easel. Oh, it has been one of the best things I've ever bought. And honestly, not that expensive. So, yeah. Anyway, back to it. Yeah, buddy. Okay, so obviously you can still see some little bits of wet paint, but this cypress color was such a great color for this. I know the original sketch had like a regular sort of dark green, but I don't know, I felt like it needed to go more of a blue, and I am loving it. And also like some of the other pieces, I used this same color, and so I wanted them to match, because I felt like the green, it would not really go with the rest of the paintings, so this is it, y'all. Okay, so, time for paint markers, going on this, and yeah, and we are like 90% of the way done. Good morning. It's a new day. Wearing my Albuquerque Zine Fest shirt with Nikolai Tesla and his pigeons that I drew forever ago. Just kidding, that was just last year. That is not forever ago. Regardless, I am about to, let me show you, pop one of my prints into this frame, this floating frame I got at Michael's for my mom. I think she'll like this like sort of rustic, like weathered sort of look. Yeah, really bad lighting, shall be a great idea to do it in front of the window. Okay, this print, gotta chop it down the middle. I'm gonna put it floating in the middle of this frame. And cause she asked me about it maybe like a few weeks ago and was like, hey, did you sell that piece? And my Aunt Vicky did buy it, but I did prints specifically so I can give one to my mom and so I could sell them online. Yeah, so I'm gonna get her one of those. So I've actually been cutting these prints using this rotary cutter that is made for like quilting, but it's a lot of fun and I love popping it out. So using my T-square, I bought this at an estate sale for a guy who was an architect, like I think when I was in high school, and I've had it since then. And it is so cool because it is vintage and it's wood, and I feel like they just don't make a lot of things nice quality like this anymore, unless you're willing to shell out an arm and a leg. It is falling apart though, the plastic is falling off the edges. See, that was so easy. Oh, I just gotta run it over one more time. Perfect. Voila! Thankfully this frame is not complicated. It has the classic little pins that you just move out of the way to take off the insert. Last time I bought a floating frame for a drawing that I was giving somebody for Christmas, it had this weird like lip that you lift up and then slide the insert out, and I had to read it how to even open it because there was no information online, there was no information on like the packaging. It was insane. I think I have it in a vlog. I was so confused by the whole thing. So yeah, and this one is just 2 pieces of glass that you just like put inside. I'm going in. I'm going on vibes. Yeah, buddy, that looks good. Wow. Loving it. Loving it. Okay, I think it's time for a review on these guys, these Sharpie creative markers. I will say they have been and they are an awesome addition to my studio because, like I said, I typically lay down all the flat colors, all the big blocks of color, and then do a lot of tiny details, not with brush, but with Poscas and paint markers. And I love that. And they work well. I will say, the Sharpie creative markers have mostly been for creating just like little sort of layers of just additional color that aren't like super opaque. They do big flat, like you can turn the brush of it is a little like nimble, or the head of it or whatever is a little nimble, so you get this like nice big flat sort of mark, but then you can also get this a little bit sharper, thinner mark. So that is nice. Like I said, it is, once it's on the paint, it's not super opaque. I have to go over it a few times to get it to look super opaque, but it is nice because it creates colors that I can't with the Posca because the Posca is so opaque. And so it helps create these like little shadows, these little like, just little tiny highlights, little tiny shadows. So it's great for layering, I will say. It is not going to replace the Posca by any means, but it's a nice addition. So like it's a nice step. After I do the paint, I go in with the Sharpies and then do the final like crisp details with the Posca, which I haven't done. So far, this is mostly just the Sharpie. I will say, the white one, I've only had to do, I think, 1 layer on all those. The white works pretty well, shockingly, because all the other ones, like the blue is pretty good too. But there's like this orange one that you can like see a little bit, but I have to go over it a million other times to get what I want. So the yellow and the orange, I will say, have not been very impressive. The red either. The red, it makes this like pinkish sort of red. It's not like as like red as the Posca. Anyway, so that is my review in case you're thinking about buying these bad boys. These are this style of nib. I drew away the back, but it's not the brush, it's like this nib. I don't know what it's called in case you're at the store looking for them. Regardless, very affordable, very nice addition if you're looking to play around with something new. Hola, world's best vlogger here. Doing an outro because I always forget to do that. I always forget. I always start filming in the beginning of the day and then forget the rest of the day. Yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Gonna start doing something a little different every once in a while to shake up just having just a bunch of vlogs. But regardless, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Like and subscribe or whatever, and go make some art. You better go do it. I'm telling you. Bye.